Hello and welcome. For today's video, we explore more activities and information relevant to wireless network security. We will look at what's involved in setting up a wireless network interface for your own wireless network. Because our configuration involves several specific security settings you must know in advance, the information you use is essential to successful completion of this process. Once you've set up your wireless access point, or WAP, you will have instructed it to use Wireless Protected Access, or WPA, or version 2 of that technology, known as WPA2. The rule of thumb here is that you should use the highest numbered version that all of your equipment shares in common. On our test network, that's WPA, so we use it for your examples. If your network supports WPA2, you should use that instead. You should also have configured your WAP not to broadcast the Service Session Identifier, or SSID, that identifies your wireless network by name. Thus, to complete this part of the setup for each of the wireless devices you wish to connect to your WAP, you must know the passphrase for the WPA private shared key for the network, and you must know the SSID for that network as well. For our example, the passphrase is silly string 56, with numbers instead of letters in the case of the vowels, and the SSID is Arbor. This information will play a key role in the activities that follow. You'll want to write down your passphrase and SSID and keep them handy as you work through the next steps, so you can use your real information instead of our example values. To access the necessary screens on a notebook PC running Windows XP, click Start, Control Panel, then Network and Internet Connections. If you have reset Control Panel to the classic view, you'll double-click the Network Connections entry in Control Panel and then Network Connections instead. Right-click on the entry that reads Wireless Network Connection. Click Properties, and then select the Wireless Networks tab in the Wireless Network Connection Properties window that pops up in response. In the Preferred Networks pane, you click the Add button to add an entry for your network of choice, or click the Properties button if your network of choice already appears. A Wireless Network Properties window pops up in response. For a new entry, you'll type the SSID into the network name SSID text box. In our case, that's Arbor. Enter what's needed for your network here. Next, click on the arrow at the right of the pull-down list labeled Network Authentication. This is where you'll pick WPA PSK to match the value used on your WAP. These must agree, or your wireless device won't be able to talk to your WAP, and vice versa. Next, you must pick a value for the data encryption entry. Unless you set up TKIP for data encryption on the WAP, leave this at its default value of AES for the Advanced Encryption Standard used by default on most Windows wireless network interfaces. In the Network Key text box, enter your passphrase. For our example, again, that's silly string 56 with the vowels being replaced by numerals, but you'll want to use whatever value you used when setting up your WAP. Retype this value in the Confirm Network Key text box to make sure you got it right. You can even type this value into a text file in Notepad ahead of time if you like, and then cut and paste the same string into each text box if you prefer. Then click the Connection tab at the top of the Network Properties window. If the checkbox next to Connect when this network is in range is not already checked, go ahead and check it now. Then click the OK button at the bottom right to confirm and save your properties settings. This returns you to the Wireless Network Connection Properties window. Click OK again to save your settings and to complete the setup process for your wireless network interface. You should now be able to start using a wireless connection to your WAP and, by extension, to the rest of your network and the Internet. You can check the status by clicking Start, Control Panel, and using the same method to view network connections you used at the start of this video. You should see the word Connected in the status column for your wireless network connection. If not, you'll need to do some wireless network troubleshooting, a topic covered in another of our videos at Digital Landing. Please go to digitallanding.com for more information, other videos, and articles about your digital lifestyle.